top 5 hog attacks that are actually good. No, not the sort of hog rider armies of miners, but we'll break down the chiefly hog rider attacks that are so good they can even compete at the competitive level.
Mass Hog Attack!
Queen Charge, Hog Rider.
Man, the myth. The Hog Rider God himself.
With a real life walkthrough to reveal best how you can implement them in your own attacks. Here's the first base we will attack, but let's first take a look at the army. The Zap Quake Mass Hog army will be first, and of course we're going to need 6 Zap spells, 1 Quake. Now in the clan castle we're going to take the Yeti Flamethlinger, and of course we're going to want to bring 1 heal. Usually I like to deploy the Flamethlinger first. We're going to test for traps with these Hog Riders. Going to deploy the Flamethlinger, deploy an archer right behind it, and since there's a bunch of Skellies that got pulled, I got to take them out so they don't take out my Flamethlinger because it is defenseless. And now we're going to Zap Quake this Expo and Inferno, and you got to clip that Town Hall with the Quake spell to activate it, so now the Flamethlinger will be able to take that out, and this was perfect for that. I definitely want to go for that on an anti-3-star basis if possible. Now we're going to start the Sui down on this bottom left side, deploy the Golem, the Queen, the Baby Dragon to funnel, the King on the other side, to funnel the other side. Gonna funnel into this Eagle compartment. I really want to make sure I'm getting at least 1 good key defense with the Sui in general, and the Eagle is always a win. And going to send a Headhunter to help the King deal with the other enemy King, and gonna pop his ability. Queen somehow got damaged and she's about to go to ability. Looks like they'll be able to take out the enemy Queen, or the enemy world champion. Now I'm gonna start the Hog up on this top right flank, but the Grand Warden on ground mode, going to start him with the Hog Riders. Gonna pop his ability, and not gonna use the heal yet. Really want to get as much out of that ability as possible. Gonna use it now. They're coming out of it. Maybe I could have spared it a little further up for this next scatter shot, but hopefully they'll be fine. I also sent in the World Champion with the Hogs, as long as it's not majorly needed for the Sui. I really like to do that, especially she can get the cross tanking of the Hogs and usually last a lot longer into the attack. And looks like Flamethlinger is still going strong. Got a few wizards in the back, and looks like overall pretty good. We still got our Queen and King that are still alive. Since we started with the Hogs so soon, they were able to survive. Didn't do much after the fact, but it's always good if you can help start the Hogs a little earlier to help cross tank for them. Got plenty of time left for that quick attack. The 4th place army is Mass Hogs with Bat spells, and on this one we're going to bring Ice Golems instead. And in the clan castle we're going to take the Log Launcher with Yetis, and we're going to have 2 extra freezes in here as well. Isn't it? The 3rd place army is Blizzard Mass Hogs, and we're going to end up bringing a Hound for this. Now in the clan castle we're going to take the Super Wizard Blimp, also with a heal. I'm going to donate myself some troops real quick. Speaking of which, my clan is always open to active players, so I'm going to leave that link in the description. Yes, this base is a Town Hall 11, but my hero levels are almost Town Hall 11 levels, so maybe that justifies a little bit. But anyways, we're gonna go for we want to usually go for some great value with the Blizzard. In this case, I really want to take out the enemy queen, and of course we got that Inferno, so we're going to go towards the Town Hall with the Hound, then the Blimp right behind it, and we're gonna drop it right here, drop the Invis spells, Rage, wait about 4 more seconds, for the next Invis, wait about 4 more seconds, same thing. And I could have gone after the Town Hall if this was like Town Hall 12, but the Town Hall 11, the Town Hall is not really any value besides ultimately getting it. But as far as defense, it's pointless to get it, so I went after a defense instead, and I'm going to take out this final lone archer tower with these couple hogs, then deploy a few cheap cleanup troops down there for free work. Now I'm going to deploy the hogs to come in after this eagle. Quick access, I'm just going to send them all in here. The warden on ground mode, gonna use his ability first before the heal. Kind of missed a few there, maybe I could have popped it a little earlier. I'm going to pop it here, and I'm going to hold on to the heal, but I kind of missed a few, so I want to catch them, so I'm going to heal kind of early. But it's only level 20 warden, so it doesn't last too long regardless. Going to deploy the Sui now. You're up at the top. Usually I would deploy that first, but there was no CC to take out, and I didn't really see any great value that the Sui could have gotten, so decided to do that second. We're going to help clean up on this back end. Since there's no CC, of course we have an extra Invis poison spell. We're going to poison the enemy king as well. And since this is a Town Hall 11 base, it's a bit easier, so I'm going to try to swag as much as possible to justify it a little bit. We got some cleanup troops left, just working on deploying them on these random trash buildings. Looks like we do get the warden tower down, only one Tesla left on defense. King went down as well. Of course sweeper, but you know, that's not a problem. We got 53 seconds left, not the fastest so far, but we should be able to make it in time. And we have 4 swag spells, but you know, this is a Town Hall 11 as well. And just this Dark Elixir Collector that has to go out. The second place army is Skelly Mass Hogs, and the spell combo is very important. 2 heals, 1 rage, 3 invis, and 2 Skelly spells. Now in the clan castle, we're going to take the flamethrower with Hogs, and also 1 extra invis and 1 quake. First thing with this attack, definitely with this attack, you want to identify what you're going after. First, to save time, I really want to deploy the Flamethrower. In most cases, it's the same, so I'm going to test for Teslas or Skelly spells or skeleton traps with a couple Hog Riders here on this corner. I'm going to deploy the Flamethrower. Really kind of want to go after that Inferno Tower. There's not too much else to go after, seeing as I want to take out this enemy CC and this Eagle with the Skelly Donut. Deploy the Rage. Invis, 2 Skelly spells, kind of misplaced it, but hopefully I can recover. It's Invis spell, and I'm really trying to get as close as possible without making them invisible at the same time. Usually when I'm taking this much, a little sloppy here. The scatter shots are shooting my skeletons down anytime they get even slightly exposed, but ultimately with the extra invis and quake spell, it worked. I'm going to start the Sui now up here on this other side. I really want to just finish off this corner of the base, take out that scatter shot, and going to deploy the Super Wall Breaker. He does not go in. The king does now go in. Queen looks like she wants to walk on me, but hopefully the king will have enough juice to at least take out that scatter shot, and the queen will just do whatever she wants to do, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of tricky sometimes when you're trying to do these Suis. Finally can be a little tricky, but gonna deploy a couple Barbarian archers to help clean up the trash buildings behind the scatter shot or the Flamethrower. Now I'm gonna start Hogs down in this bomb site. Still haven't got the Town Hall. The queen's here, so I'm going to send in a few headhunters, and with the majority of the hogs, I'm going to catch them in the warden's ability, and we still have to get the Town Hall. Going to try to get that activated, drop one of these heals as the warden's spell wears off, and of course the Town Hall blast. I'm going to use that other heal spell real fast here too. Since the Town Hall went off, I really want to save these hogs from that as much as possible. Luckily, the group did split off to the left and kind of avoided that altogether. Heal spells worked a little bit too. This scatter shot is my main concern right now, but it looks like we got hogs coming out of the Flamethrower finally, and we're going to everything else. Pretty clean, smooth cleanup. Looks like I'll be able to make 48 seconds, plenty of time. I still should have had to slide some trash, something over here on those trash buildings, but it ultimately shouldn't run out of time. First place army is going to be Queen Charge Hog Riders, and this is kind of your standard Queen Charge. Instead of maybe loons or hybrid, you have all hogs. Now in the clan castle, we're going to take the Flamethrower with hogs. I have 1 poison and 1 freeze. You may also bring 2 heals if you like. We're going to start down here on this right side, and our goal is ultimately to get the queen to go in towards the town hall, and of course take out the enemy CC, because you can't leave that CC standing. As you know, with ground troops, queen really is trying to go towards the right here, so I'm going to invis these buildings. Luckily, she at the last second was able to go to the left. I only had one invis spell, so you know you can only pull that trick off so many times. I'm going to engage the enemy king here. I'm going to send a headhunter to assist with that, especially with the expos on the queen. The CC does come out. It is E-Dragons and 3 loons. Definitely a nice CC, especially if you got a poison spell to deal with it. Basically can deal with it by itself. The queen does take out the E-Drag. The queen does miss that first initial wall break, but she looks like she'll be able to go back into it. I'm gonna have to freeze the town hall because it's locked onto the healers, and yeah, took half their health already. There's not much more value I can see the queen getting by herself right now, since the only thing she can get is those 3 and 6 single target infernals, and of course you gotta freeze each one of those because it'll just roast the queen. I'm gonna send the hogs up here in this top side through the core. Gonna pop an early warning ability and invest the rage into them, since I did not see much value on the queen at this point. Then after that wears off, I'm going to heal as they are being targeted by these 2 scatter shots, and they did a pretty good job of gutting the core. And the world champion, I also included her with them, and she went off to this right side. I'm gonna pop her ability to help her take down that single target inferno a little quicker. She should be able to take down the expo. I'm gonna deploy a few more cleanup things to take out these trash buildings. Not the fastest attack, but these hog riders can really clean things up fast. You got about 40 seconds left. And the real thing is here, you don't want to really hold the hogs off longer than 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Comes swag 2 freezes. That queen getting that early town hall value early on really let me invest more spells into the hog riders. It's always good.